Eric, how you doing, mate? You hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
What's that? Can you hear me? Yeah, yes or no?
Yes, I can hear you. You hear me all right?
Cool, man. Yeah, sometimes my internet connection isn't very good, so these live hangouts don't work out well. Just wanted to come in and say hey.
Aye, no bother, man. How's things?
Good, good. Been working on that children's book we talked about last time I was with you. Was only kind of hum-ha in it. And I got such an overwhelming response from people wanting me to do it, and like 5 different artists contacted me saying they wanted to be involved in it. So I got the wheels going with some of you might know Can Ev Art. He's been doing a lot of great flat Earth cartoons. So I'm working with him, and we're doing doing the Flat Earth children's book.
Excellent, man. Nice one.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to hop on and say a word of support for you, and I know how you're feeling. I feel the same way. You know, you want to see progress faster than it happens, and all the infighting that's designed to keep us from actually focusing on what's important. And then I tell everybody about your channel. I just think you're doing a great job sticking to the real science, sticking to the one issue. I've talked about so many subjects before Flat Earth. My you know, my content has already been, there's a bunch of stuff going on with it, but I really respect what you're doing by just going straight Flat Earth and going straight to the proofs and just sticking with that. You're not going to the personalities like IPS and these chat raids. I also don't approve of these things where they're going in there and getting big groups of people to just spam other people's live chats. And I've seen the ones that have been posted, and none of them seem effective. They're all, you know, the people in the chats aren't like, oh wow, I'm gonna go research Flat Earth now. You know, if anything, their idea that Flat Earth is a bunch of nonsense and cult followers has been reinforced. So
yeah.
I don't see them as a positive thing at all.
No.
But the activism that you and John Smith and Gav and all the guys beyond the imaginary curve have been doing is excellent. And I wish everyone would take your example and like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's it, mate. You hit the nail on the head there. You know, that's exactly how it's going to be looked at. You know, that type of mob rule and mob mentality, just bombarding people disrespectfully. I certainly don't agree with it. You know, everything that I set out to achieve was to show people how you can approach people indirectly with manners and respect, and you can get a much better reaction from people that way, and they're more inclined to then go away and take some of what you've spoke to them about and maybe research it further. Whereas if you know, you say they're hearing already, oh, Flat Earth is just crazy fucking conspiracy theorists and blah 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 blah, and then you see them behaving like that, like a cult mentality, they're just going to be, you know, pissed off with it. You know, I would
exactly.
If I'm sitting there playing my guitar in some forum, or you know, people are playing game, they're there for that specific reason. They're not there. If they want to find out about conspiracies, they'll go and find out for themselves. You know.
Absolutely. Look at the faces and the reactions to people after they've been chat spammed by some of these chat raids, and compare that to the reactions after a John Smith or a Dell interview, where you know everybody, their eyes are, you can see it in their eyes, like they've been awakened at least a little bit. Even some of the more closed-minded people at the end of it, they have had their minds opened a bit. Whereas at the end of these chat raids, I'm seeing the exact opposite. I'm seeing, oh, yeah, Flat Earth. This is just like I thought it was. Who the fuck are these people?
Yeah, and that's it.
So
they have a preconceived idea or notion about what Flat Earth and the types of people, and all they're doing is reaffirming that to people. And again, it will just be, people will take, you know, confirmation bias. If they just want, they're quite happy to say that, you know, Flat Earthers are just a bunch of crazies, then that type of behaviour is all they need is a trigger in order to flick the confirmation bias, and that's it, you know. And it causes, again, it adds to that, as you were saying, you know, that frustration of progress being halted, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're not going to stop, are you, Dale?
Nah.
You're gonna keep on going. I can tell.
Yeah. Gather my energy back, bit of focus, and push onwards, mate. You know. But as I say, I expressed that. Sorry, you just.
Oh, likewise, man. No, everybody has, it's an emotional roller coaster. You got your ups and downs, and everyone deserves a break, especially people like yourself that have been pushing this so hard. So I understand that. Everybody needs to take the time off that they need, but at the same time, recognize that this is the long battle. I see this as a lifelong thing. I've never seen this as something that was going to happen in a year or two or whatever. Once I discovered all these conspiracies, and especially the flat earth, I figured, well, okay, this is my life. This is the mission. This is what I'll be doing until the day I die. And I don't think it's going to be over then. I think this, you know, our mission is that we're going to have to inspire the youth and inspire other people to continue this on, because I think it's a really long journey.
Yeah.
As much as I don't want to say it, I don't really, you know, I don't want to be part of such an arduous process, but it's hoisted upon those of us genuine people that see the truth and want to help.
Yeah, it's hard for me. That's exactly it. You know, I think I deluded myself maybe into thinking that it was going to be quicker. You know, but that again, that's I've expressed. That's just my impatience. You know, thinking that in a couple of years. You know, it's been 2 years now. I expected fucking it to be on the mainstream TV by now. You know, but I think you're right. You know, it's a long haul, and that's part of my realization recently. I just have to, take a breath. You know, get my energy back and refocus. And stop myself from wandering into that impatient position, you know?
Yeah. Samuel Rowbotham and the Universal Zetetic Society back in the 1800s. I mean, look at the huge splash they made and everything they did to get this out. And they spent their entire lives doing it. And all of that was turned on its head 180 degrees. And they brought everybody right back into the fold. And I'm scared that they do the same thing with some sort of alien Project Bluebeam deception or whatever it is, like, you've been talking about that. I mean, there's the obvious things, like you said, they're having people hold on to maps and models and other things so they can easily discredit you, so that that the message doesn't get out further. But then beyond that, if it does, I think they've already got other things already planned so that they can kind of, like the Men in Black memory wipe device, they create an event that's big enough, the blip that Flat Earth has made on the world radar to waking people up, they can and within a generation that we think we've made could be totally put back to zero like it was back in the Rowbotham times. So we gotta be careful of that kind of thing and see it as the long view.
My only hope for that, and what's different nowadays is obviously things like this. We have greater access to communicate with each other. But again, that's my concern. If they take control and start shutting down whatever they want shut down, then that's going to become a problem, And I think then it comes to the individual's responsibility to pass it on to future generations, not to let it go quiet, Who knows, man? You've got the same concerns that I have, obviously. And you can see the possibilities of what they're going to try.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's why it's important to get into the schools. The Flat Earth children's book, I think, is really important. I don't think there's ever been one written in history, and I think it's important that we try to open up the younger minds, more so than the older ones, because they're the ones that are going to be around longer. They're the ones that are more open to it. Matrix, they say you can't open a mind past a certain age, and I mean, some of the 70 and 80-year-old minds that you may be able to open, are they active in social media? Do they have active social circles that they can actually get the word out to? Meanwhile, I see there's kids messaging me, 12 years old, 15 years old, and they're talking about writing essays in school, and they Flat Earthers. One teacher, and he told all the kids about Flat Earth, and they quit and said they couldn't do it anymore. Meaning indoctrinate them with the global lie and other things that he'd found out about. I kind of felt the same way when I should about in English books, teaching English, they'd put also there'd be a whole chapter in having to teach people the curriculum. And so after teaching that, I kind of say, well, you know what I think about the moon